want to talk today about inspecting the air conditioning systems, especially right before the winter time. We're getting ready to go into the winter season. So it's important. The first thing I do as a home inspector, when I see an air conditioning system, here we have two. This one's for the lower level. That one's for the upper level. Important thing about air conditioners is they're sized appropriately for the size of the house or the area that they're going to be servicing. The number one thing I look for, as I was getting ready to say, is to see if they're level. I look to see if they appear to be level. You never want the air conditioning systems to be tilting. If you notice here, they're both sitting on a pad, concrete pads, which are good. So I eyeball them to make sure that they're looking pretty level. Then I look at the coil on the outside to see if it's clean. It looks to be pretty clean. You can actually take a water hose and clean your coil before the winter. And you kind of want to cut your shrubbery back away from the AC. Here I'd probably recommend trimming this shrub here back a little bit. It's a little too close to the AC unit. Now, the number one conception about air conditioners in the wintertime, people always ask me, should I cover my AC units? No, you should not cover your air conditioners with any kind of cover, tarp, or anything in the winter, because all the components inside the air conditioning system are hermetically sealed, which means they've been vacuum sealed so that they don't need to be covered. If you do cover it, you cause moisture and condensation to get trapped underneath it, causes damage to the unit itself, the bearings or the fan itself. Things I notice here, the insulation line on the Freon line is starting to get worn, probably from squirrels eating at it or different things. Probably need to replace this before you operate it again next season. And then same thing on this other one. This other one's even further damaged, so it's time for those to be replaced. I look to see if my lines are in good shape. Our coupling's loose. Like here's a coupling that's loose right here on this one, underneath. So that needs to be checked out. There's a loose coupling right here on your electrical component. This is where your electrical connection to your air conditioner is. A lot of people don't realize that air conditioners have a fuse. This is a fuse for the air conditioner. When a service guy comes to work on the AC unit, the first thing he does is take out this fuse, because that way you can't turn it on and cause him to get electrocuted. So that's a safety device, and it's also a mechanical operational device that needs to be always intact. We always recommend people put a lock on their air conditioners, but nobody does. This guy hasn't, nobody else has. So right now, I'd say the good thing about these two units, they look like they're ready for winter shutdown. Don't need to be covered. They look to be pretty leveled. I'd recommend insulation being replaced. Also checking the electrical line, getting a good picture of this to put in our report. And looks like these wires here go from the thermostat to the system, and everything looks to be ready for winter shutdown and ready for next year. We'll have them serviced and ready to run. Thank you.